Welcome back to Hoops and Huddles. I'm Braden,
And I'm Dashel.
and this is episode 4. And it's been a very busy week since we left off. Actually, the day after we finished recording, Deebo Samuel got traded. So right to that point, we're starting with the NFL traded players. Number one, Deebo Samuel to the Commanders. How do you feel about it, Dashel?
I like this trade a lot for both the Commanders and the 49ers. The 49ers, they gave up Deebo Samuel, obviously, and they only got a fifth-round pick in return, but I feel like it'll be okay after a while. And, with the Commanders getting Deebo Samuel, the only hard thing, Deebo is still relatively young, but now they have two wide receivers that teams have to guard rather than just Terry McLaurin, and they have a versatile threat. The only bad thing is I wanted him to see him go to the Ravens, but I think the Commanders got a really good deal on Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I think this is like just a very low risk reward trade. A fifth round pick for a, I mean, he's going to, in my opinion, he's still going to be a star wide receiver. So
Uh, he was only a star because he only had one really good season. He had a really good season in 2021. Otherwise, he was not that good in college. He only got drafted because of the Senior Bowl. And now he had one really good year in 2021, and now he's a superstar caliber because of all the different positions he plays. So, what do you think?
I think it really depends on how they're going to use him in the Commanders type of playbook. I think that he could still work out great, especially because he won't have to be the number one guy like in San Francisco. He can be the wide receiver too and just get those free catches. So I think I'm giving the Commanders a little bit of a win on this trade just because a fifth round pick is still not that much to
Yeah.
trade for Debo. But
Yeah, they didn't give up they didn't give up enough for a versatile player like Debo is.
yeah. The next trade that happened is not as name worthy, but Christian Kirk was set to get released by the Jaguars, and instead the Texans said, hey, how about we send a seventh round pick to you guys for him? So Christian Kirk is now a Texan.
Yeah, I really love this trade for the Texans. They add that this Diggs replacement, and Tank Dell is also going to be not at 100% health for this first part. So it's just going to be him, Nico Collins, and then when Tank Dell comes back, they're going to have the best trio of wide receivers in the NFL again. And I think that more of the slot type wide receiver will be good for CJ Stroud to throw to, and it might allow him to have more of a comeback type year for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a good trade as well, just because once the fact they didn't give up a lot for Christian Kirk. I mean, if I'm the Texans, I'm thinking, what is the upside of my seventh round pick compared to the upside of Christian Kirk? He's still rather young. His contract isn't that bad. So I believe that this is a good trade for the Texans. Jaguars, I don't know what they're doing. We'll talk about it later too, but they're just like getting rid of everyone for some reason.
Oh, it kind of sounds like the Seattle Seahawks as well.
We'll talk about that too. All right, the next trade, we're actually going to talk about two at once. The Bears have traded for Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson. Joe Thuney from the Chiefs, Jonah Jackson from the Rams, upgrading their offensive line for Caleb Williams.
I really like this move. With Caleb Williams, he took a lot of hits last year, and with Ben Johnson coming in, he's going to want Caleb Williams healthy for an entire year so he can have him to work with for the entire year. So I really think that the Bears are doing a good job with this first part of free agency, building up that offensive line.
Yeah, also, not even just for Caleb Williams. I think we obviously could tell Ben Johnson likes to run the ball too. He had that two-headed snake in Detroit with Gibbs and Montgomery. So now he's
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles, yes. But now he has DeAndre Swift, so also boosting that offensive line will help. Joe Thuney, the Chiefs have had a great rushing offense as well as the Rams, so those are two good trades. They're a little bit older of linemen, but I still think it's a good trade for the value they sent off, which was a fifth and a sixth, I believe.
Just low round draft picks. Yeah.
And then the last trade we had actually happened the day that we recorded this, literally an hour before. But Geno Smith is traded to the Raiders for a third round pick.
This is actually probably the worst trade that I believe's happened so far today, at least for the Seahawks, that is. For the Raiders, this is a great trade for them. They get a bridge quarterback, so they can draft someone in second or third round, have them sit behind a veteran in Geno, and in 2 or 3 years, like do what the Lions did pretty much, and just maybe Geno turns into Jared Goff or something. Um, but for the Seahawks, I have zero clue what their whole plan is right now. The only player that they haven't done anything with is JSN. That's about it.
Yeah, I do believe the Seahawks saved about, I think it was close to 20 million from trading Geno.
Yeah.
And then you got to remember the Raiders head coach is now Pete Carroll, who Geno Smith was under for a couple years. So I believe that was one of the main reasons why the Raiders pushed to get Geno. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying that he's going to be a great mentor quarterback. He's on a 1 year. This is the last year of his 3-year contract, so it'll definitely be interesting to see because the Raiders obviously aren't looking really like contenders just yet. They just re-signed Max Crosby, so they're obviously making a point to Max that they're trying to get this rebuild done as quick as possible.
Yeah. And do we think who do we think that Seattle's going to pick in the draft? Do you think we're going to move up, or do you think we're going to slide down and try to find a mid first round quarterback, or what?
I think that quarterback wise, the Seahawks might try to make a move, signing Sam Darnold or Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, maybe back on the Seahawks, but that would be a really bad decision. They should not do that. I would think Sam Darnold, you got to give him a chance. That's a place where he might want to go. You get a couple of receivers in there because the receiver free agency pool is going to be very nice. Obviously, you can get yourself a receiver in return for DK if that's what you really want to do, which we'll talk about that too. All right. Well, let's just continue with the Seahawks real quick. They also decided to release Draymond Jones and their historic veteran wide receiver Tyler Lockett. How do you feel about this?
Tyler Lockett, zero clue why they would release him. I don't understand other than the money, but they released 2 of their best wide receivers in a week, so I don't really know what their plan is. I wonder if they see something in the draft that they like or something like that. And then Draymond Jones, don't really know who that is, so not very elite Seahawk ball knowledge here, but I guess it was to save money.
Yeah, he played pretty good this last season, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. We're going to have to see what happens with DK. They have said that they want a first-round pick and something in return as well. I don't know what teams are going to push to do that, especially after, Debo is not as good as DK, but still, a 5th-round pick for Debo is going to take DK's stock a little bit down.
Yeah. Do you think that there's any possibility that maybe a Packers or someone would trade their first-round pick this year to get DK Metcalf as a guarantee?
See, along with the trade, DK said he wants to sign a $30 million a year deal. So there's also that money-wise. As a Packers fan, I don't know. It's hard. I don't know if I'd want to see him in the green and gold for a first-round pick. I'd like to see him in green and gold for something else, not a first-round pick. And I don't think the Packers will be making the trade, especially since the draft is in Green Bay this year. But I could definitely see a team that would push it kind of like the Rams did in, 2022? They went all in. I could see a team doing that for DK, like a contender. Maybe the Chiefs.
I got the Broncos going to go get DK this year. I bet the Broncos give up a 2nd and a 3rd-round pick for DK on draft night. And this is, right now, it's the Broncos' chance to go try to make the playoffs and make something happen, with the Chiefs just losing by 20-ish points in the Super Bowl. And I think that this is the time with Bo Nix coming up. This is the time for them to go get a wideout that is needed in Denver.
Yeah, I don't think that Denver's going to want to take draft capital out of the way because there's still free agent wide receivers that we haven't even got to yet that we will mention. And in my opinion, the Broncos can make a safer move and sign a little bit older receiver that's still a stud that can put them over the hump and get them to where they want to be.
Yeah. Well, that's just my prediction there.
Yeah.
But the Broncos will get a star wide receiver by the end of the offseason. And if they don't, I will be completely surprised.
Yeah. So, we talked about the DK trade. We talked about the Seahawks. talked about Draymond and Lockett getting released, but they are not the only players who got released this week. We have players like Jonathan Allen, Joey Bosa, Devontae Adams, Evan Ingram, and Jamal Williams, just some of the top names getting released this week. Who's your most surprising?
My most surprising, it's got to be Joey Bosa. I mean, it's the Chargers franchise defensive end. He's just always been there, and kind of out of nowhere, he just got released. Kind of expected that Devontae would get released, and Jonathan Allen's getting older, but Joey Bosa, I mean, he is getting older, but I just didn't see a need for him to be released. At least trade him or something, get something in return, but that was my most surprising release.
Yeah, for me, I would say it'd have to be Joey Bosa or Jonathan Allen. Just Jonathan Allen had requested to be traded off the team, and then as soon as they are relevant, they decided to let him go. He only played in half of the games last year, but he was still that star player he is. So that's going to be a steal for whatever team gets him. Joey Bosa, I'm excited to see. I hope the Niners aren't good, but I hope Joey Bosa goes and teams up with his brother Nick.
Ooh, little Bosa.
Bosa
bro.
called?
The Bosa bro. I don't know. That's stupid.
Yep.
All right, Devontae Adams also getting released. This is also, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like he's going to go back to the Packers for some reason. I don't know why. I just have a weird feeling about it.
I can sense that, but Devontae Adams was the receiver I was hinting to about the Broncos going to get a little bit safer to get than rather trading for DK. Obviously, he's older, but he gets open off of his route running, not like speed. So his aging,
kind of like a Michael Thomas, Sean Payton
slant boy. Yeah, Devontae Adams could be that slant boy for Sean Payton. Also, another one, Cooper Kupp. They could trade something a little less to get Cooper Kupp as well.
Yeah.
I think the best option for them is just get a wide receiver free agency, not take your draft capital out. Because you're still a young team. You can just draft young players to keep moving up.
And the wideouts in this year's draft from the Combine are not very good. So
There's a couple, but yeah.
Not like speedsters or anything, though. Just
or
all
they could just tank next year and get Jeremiah Smith right out the gate. But
I guess so.
They probably won't.
Tank for a wide receiver. You don't see that very much.
Travis Hunter.
Nobody tanked for him.
That's true. Okay, well, moving on to the NBA. The Cavaliers are the first team to clinch the playoffs.
Yep, I mean,
a win over the Heat, so that's
gotta be great. Best team in the league. They will win the finals this year if they don't play LeBron. But I don't know. I feel like it would be so cool to watch the Cavs play in the finals against the Lakers, but I don't see both of them making it. I see one of them making it and not the other. The Cavs will probably lose to the Celtics in the conference championship, and then the Lakers will probably get second rounded by somebody. But they're both really hot right now. The Lakers just won 8 straight. Cavs just clinched the playoffs. So I don't know. Yeah. I love it for the Cavs.
For me, it is surprising to see how well the Cavs have kind of rebuilt their team after the LeBron era. But for some reason, I don't think that this will be the Cavs' year. I think they'll have one in the next couple years. They'll get over the hump and win the chip. But I think this year they're still going to be a little bit too inexperienced in big playoff games. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is going to go out there, but there's just players like Darius Garland. He can be on and off in the playoffs. Jared Allen. There's a couple of players I don't know if they could help push over the hump, especially, like you said, against a team like the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, but they play as a team. They're playing good right now. They can beat any team on any night. And they can also lose to any team on any night. But they first to clinch, and right now they should be the favorite to win the finals, but I doubt that they are.
You know the Lake Show is.
Yeah, of course.
I think it's the Thunder, actually, but
the Thunder won't win. No, the Thunder will get. I bet the Thunder and the Lakers play in the second round. I bet the Lakers beat them 7th.
I don't know. SGA might draw too many fouls. He might be able to foul the entire Lakers team.
Free throw merchant? Nah, not with LeBron on there. They're going to try to get LeBron a championship on his final ride.
Wait, did you say LeBron?
I did.
Well, speaking of LeBron, Raymond James. 50K points for LeBron James. First ever to 50K.
It's insane.
As a Cavs fan, how do you react to this?
May I say it? It's officially GOAT time. He has now surpassed Michael Jordan as the GOAT. Yeah. I already said it. Okay, it's over. Okay, they're still close. Okay, he could do a major choke job or something and go back to second. But as of now, I do think LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time, just based on scoring and I don't know, imagine scoring 50,000 points. 50,000 points over 22 years. What's that like? At least 24, 25 a game for 22 seasons.
Yeah, it's
insane. Yeah.
And along with that, I mean, I've already had LeBron as my GOAT since he won it in 2020. But I don't know, LeBron is just out of this world great at the game of basketball. He's been doing it for just such a long time. I swear we talk about LeBron James on every Hoops and Huddles episode, but it's just so hard not to because
might as well.
Just how great he is. He's just so great at basketball. I just love watching LeBron James.
Yeah, it's so good.
But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Choke job, I don't think there's a way he could choke it. I mean,
yeah. I'm just saying if there was to be a choke job, that's the only way that Jordan could, but we done it with the 90s, let's be honest.
I think at this rate LeBron should get to 70K before he's retired.
70K.
Yes. I think he's a better all-time player than Tom Brady being the GOAT of the NFL. I think LeBron James is more GOAT of the NBA than Tom Brady is of the NFL.
Oh yeah, so is Jordan. Jordan's more of a GOAT in the NBA than Tom Brady is in the NFL.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Yeah.
No. LeBron's just too good. He's out of this world, okay?
There's more of a gap between the NFL GOATs because the only comparison for the NFL GOATs is Tom Brady and for some reason Patrick Mahomes. There's no LeBron versus Jordan era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not the two at the way end. There's only one person, so it seems a lot different, but I don't know. I think that those two are better than
I think the LeBron Jordan debate will be the greatest GOAT conversation that will ever happen in sports history. Ever.
Yeah. The only GOAT that is better than most of them is Tiger Woods. That will forever be the greatest, the most skill-gapped GOAT of all time. In his respective sport. Not much of a golfer, but...
What about Max Verstappen?
It's definitely Tiger Woods by a long shot.
What about Muhammad Ali?
What? No. I already said my take.
Alright, I'm taking LeBron over all of them.
They might need nothing at all. Alright,
and going on to LeBron's teammate Luka Doncic, his former team, the Mavericks, his brother Kyrie Irving is out for the season, so the Mavericks are just getting worse and worse and worse.
Game after game, injury after injury, the Mavs are slowly making their way down all the way to the bottom of the West. And let's be honest, saw this coming as soon as the Luka trade happened. Their GM's about to get fired or something.
He's gonna get kicked before he can even get fired.
Their whole team barely even wants to be there. They are not good at all.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think not even just because they lost Luka, it's just the emotion in the locker room has to be so dead now.
Yeah.
They lost their star player. Anthony Davis got injured in his debut game. Last game, they had 2 bench players. They have so many injuries. They had 2 bench players in their last game. It is just sad to watch.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson.
They're definitely in shambles.
Klay Thompson's
Thompson's not good enough to...
Klay Thompson thought he was going to win a championship, and now he's not.
Klay Thompson is not good enough to be the star of an NBA team.
He never has been. He's always been the second guy.
Yeah, he's just not good. He's not capable of being a ball handler or anything. They don't have anybody. Now they're officially, to me, the worst team in the NBA.
The worst team in the NBA.
Yeah, as of now, yeah.
Worse than the Washington Wizards.
You're telling me that you would not take a non-Kyrie, non-Anthony Davis, 8-team NBA team, Dallas Mavericks. You're telling me you would take them over the Washington Wizards?
The Washington Wizards are so bad at basketball.
I have the Wizards.
The Wizards are like
beat the Cavs.
The Wizards are like if they had 5 of me on the court at once playing basketball.
No, that's like a barely even a high school team. That's like
not even a high school team.
Like an 8th grade B team right there. We'd have like 8 smoked layups in one play, probably like -5 rebounds, probably 8,000 turnovers. Score would be probably like, I don't know, probably like 80, probably like 6-7 to like 12.
Yep, and I'd still manage to get a better player rating than the entire team, but
well, that's all right.
All right, next NBA topic. We don't usually do this, but Dwight Howard has been told that he will be inducted into the Magic Hall of Fame.
He should be. He's the most dominant center of the 2010s until he got traded to the Lakers. So why not induct him into your Hall of Fame? Especially the Magic don't have that many. They have T-Mac, Shaq, and Dwight Howard. That's about it. Or they have some more. They have Penny Hardaway, I guess. But Dwight Howard's probably top 5, top 10 in your team's history. So why not induct him into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I definitely have him top 5, let alone top 3 in Magic history. So I definitely think this is well-deserved for Dwight Howard. I think it could have, well, never mind. It couldn't happen earlier because he was just on mediocre minimum contracts for a while. But
yeah,
definitely well-deserved, and hopefully it will go well. Not an upside-down banner or nothing like that. All right, and this is also not what we do. This is going to be a straight-up debate, okay?
Ooh.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Nikola Jokic for MVP.
All right, so if you say one, I have to defend the other. Is that how we're doing this? Because
I'll let you choose.
Let's make some good content out of this.
Even though I hate Jokic.
Jokic.
You got Jokic?
Yeah, I got Jokic.
Okay, this is good because I have Shai.
All right.
I have Shai because he's carrying a young Oklahoma City Thunder team to the top seed in his conference.
With free throws?
With free throws. Free throws is a skill. He had to get those free throws.
Merchant.
You got to be a merchant. James Harden, how do you think Harden's averaging 40? How do you think he did that with free throws?
Yeah, he's still average. You can't just shoot 40 free throws in a game. Shai is shooting like 15 free throws in a game and scoring like 22 points.
No, he's scoring like 30 to 50 points a night, okay?
30 to 50?
Yes, in between.
You know what? Why are we even talking about this? It should be LeBron, let's be honest.
It can't be LeBron. It's not going to happen.
Just kidding.
Shai is just carrying his team. He's carrying the team. He's the most valuable player in the NBA.
I don't know. I don't even be watching the NBA like that. But all I know, Shai's a free throw merchant, and Jokic is a center that can play all 5 positions on the court and distributes the ball so good that in Lakers press conferences that come up on my feed, they literally talk about how everybody has to double Jokic and don't let him shoot the ball.
Okay, but do you not think there's going to be voters drought?
That don't matter. He's still the MVP, most valuable player on his team. He's the most valuable player. If Jokic wasn't there, Jamal Murray's not scoring 30 a night. If Jokic is there, well, Michael Porter's still shooting all those shots, but he ain't making them because everything is just centered around Jokic. The Thunder, yeah, everything's centered around Shai, but they have so many other guys that can do things while Shea is off the ball. Jokic is involved in every single play, setting a ball screen, rolling to the basket, playing point guard, stepping back and shooting a three over his head. It don't matter what Jokic does. It does not. He ain't even trying half the time, and
Exactly.
he's still scoring 30 points a night.
So what about defensively? Because Jokic is a liability on defense.
So
that's part of the award.
This is basketball and the National Basketball Association. You know what they care about? Ratings and points. Jokic brings both of those.
So does Shea. Shea brings more. Shea brings more.
You know what people come into the arena and say? Free throw merchant.
It's a skill. It's a skill.
Okay. Flopping is a skill.
Kevin Durant and James Harden have perfected the skill. Okay, that's why they're stars.
Yeah, and they score 40 points a night compared to 25.
Off of 15 free throws before their field goals, too.
I don't know. I got Jokic.
We'll see. I swear Shea is going to win it. They're going to have voters drought. Even if Jokic is better, they're going to have voters drought, and it's going to be Shea.
See? Jokic is better.
No, I don't like Jokic. Jokic is not better. I hate how he plays. I hate that he can just, do everything so slow. I'm slow, and I can't do that. I play so bad. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Merchant. All right. Well, Jokic is the MVP, obviously.
All right. So going back to LeBron, because of LeBron's 50K points and our last segment for the day, it's D'Lo's turn to answer the trivia question, and I have a LeBron James one for him.
It's time to lock in.
As a Cavs fan and a LeBron fan, you should not get this wrong. Okay? You ready?
I'm scared. I'm nervous now.
You ready?
Lock in.
Lock in. Strap on. Okay? What was LeBron James' career high game and who was it against?
61 points. Obviously. Obviously, 61 points.
Yep.
I know the team too, but I'm going to draw this out a little bit.
You know the team?
Yeah, I do. They are no longer a team in the NBA.
Okay, we're dragging it.
Got to get to the 30 seconds to make the TikTok. Oh, yeah.
I'll just rest.
Yeah. It's the Charlotte Bobcats, everyone. 61 points against the Charlotte Bobcats on March 3rd. Obviously.
Do you have it up?
No, I don't. I don't have it up.
On March 3rd, how do you know the date?
Was it on March 3rd, actually?
I don't know. I was just guessing that you knew that part because you got the first two parts right.
I don't know. I just guessed.
My word.
March 3rd is a complete guess.
Okay, what team was he on?
He was on the Cavs. It was his first stint. Yes, he was.
Nope.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on the Cavs.
Yes, he was.
No, he was on the Miami Heat.
I swear he was on the Cavs.
Search it.
All right. Searching it up.
I literally use StatMuse for it. I literally know.
Who did LeBron score his career high?
Look. 61 points on the Miami Heat against the Charlotte Bobcats.
Damn it. It was Miami.
And it was on March 3rd. And it was on March 3rd.
It was?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
March 3rd, 2014. 41 minutes, 61 points.
So good. Why did I think that was on... I don't know. For some reason, I thought that was in his first stint with the Cavs.
Just look at all these 40-point games by LeBron James. Just so many. He's just so good at the sport.
Yeah, you know who else is really good? It's also 2-0 in the trivia right now.
All right, I give you two easy ones. I knew you were going to get the LeBron one eventually. I didn't know you were just going to, rapid fire that.
I knew that off the top of my head. You know how?
Also, how?
It was on the Sports Connections today.
That's so dumb. Dang it. That's not even where I got it from.
What?
It's not where I even got it from.
Oh, well, that's how I knew it so fast. It was fresh in the mind.
Well, that's all we got. But first, I have an announcement. The NFL draft that is coming up, I will be going to, and I will be trying to get some exclusive content for Hoops and Huddles fans. Maybe get some interviews with some fans from teams, get their opinion on their draft picks, and we will see. Maybe I'll get, I don't know what's going to happen. Green Bay can be a dangerous place sometimes when people get drunk. So we're going to...
He's going to run on stage, and he's going to steal the mic and say, everyone, follow Hoops and Huddles right now, otherwise I will...
Yeah, I'm going to get us some publicity.
Yeah, might as well.
Wait, maybe they'll offer me to say the Packers pick. Ooh. With the first pick.
We ain't good enough for that.
With the 23rd pick in the NFL draft, the Green Bay Packers select some dog lineman from some random college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
All right. As well with March Madness. So, I think brackets come out next Monday. I'm not for sure on that, but I think they come out next Monday.
Yeah.
So, our bracket challenge will start next Monday. And we've been thinking about it, maybe. We don't know what we're going to do for the prize, but we might have a poll on our Instagram that says, would you guys want to pay for it as like a free will donation and have winner take the pot? Would you guys, if you guys would like that or not, either drop a comment down below or vote on the Instagram story sometime this week. After
and we would just run it.
Yeah.
Basically. Maybe we'll even add some Hoops and Huddles money that we don't have.
Yeah.
We'll get an investment. We'll get a loan.
Yeah, maybe we try to win it, and then we can upgrade the podcast. Because, I am right now sitting on a beanbag chair. I'm sitting on a beanbag chair recording this episode.
Help D'Lo get better internet.
It's not my internet.
Well, yeah. So, hopefully, all of this will go according to plan. Hopefully, we can get some great content out for you guys. And who knows? Maybe you'll be able to guest on Hoops and Huddles. We have to figure out some technical issues because obviously we can't even figure it out for a normal podcast episode right now. So, we will definitely see. But thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4 of Hoops and Huddles. Once again, I'm Braden.
I'm Dashel.
And we will see you next time.